Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you've had a fantastic day filled with love and family, because this is all about Jesus, who came down to this earth in the flesh and gave his life for us. And that is one of the greatest loves that we have ever been given. And with that being said, I wanted to come on here because I have been reflecting a lot, because God has been really kind of showing me things and teaching me things and wanting me to kind of purge some things at the end of this year as we get ready to go into 2025. Well, as I was reading in the Bible today, and I was in 1 Samuel, and I have made it to the second chapter of it, I heard him asking me, out of all the books that he has led me to read in the past couple of months, what was it that he was trying to show me? And so I sat back and I kind of went through each of the books that I had read, and he's had me reading a lot of Old Testament recently, and I believe the purpose for that is to show me what life was like before Jesus, and to show me what it was like once Jesus had been brought down to the earth. But there was still one theme in there, and that was the love of God, and how if we don't put him first in our life, then we will never know unconditional love, because worldly love is based on conditions. And here's the thing that he was really hitting home with me, is through all of the turmoil that I've had in my life and everything, is that I had placed worldly things, people and relationships and other things, I made them a priority even before I made myself a priority. And if he is the priority and he is unconditional love, then if we can't receive his love truly, then we can't love ourselves fully and unconditionally. And without those two components, you don't have unconditional love. And he wasn't saying that it wasn't a good thing that I loved doing things for others and loving others, but what he was saying was I wasn't loving him first. And he really convicted me on that. And it's like, how do you expect things in your life to go right if you're dishonoring me? And that hit me hard, because he's right. And I realized I have set myself up to fail, because as far as relationships go, I have been in relationships with people who their first priority isn't God, so they don't focus on unconditional love. Been married to someone where their first love wasn't God, so how could those relationships or that marriage ever truly succeed? And here is what he was saying: me first, then you, and then the person you're with, but they have to be aligned as well, because if you're both not aligned, it's destined to fail. And so what he is asking me is to look at those things and to realize that I may have gave love in the past, but that love was not like the love I have now, unconditional. It had a condition to it. And I hope that makes sense. And so what I'm challenging you with today is look at your relationships, reflect on them, and make sure that you're not putting anything above him or you. Because if those two aren't aligned, nothing else is going to be aligned appropriately. And I have been very guilty. I have gave and gave and gave and gave when my cup wasn't really filled. So if my cup's not really filled, then I'm pouring from an empty cup. So I'm really failing myself and others. So just reflect on that. And I'm going to end with a couple of verses. And the first one is John 4:16. And so we know and rely on the love of God that he has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. And then the second one is 1 Corinthians 13:13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. So I want to leave you with that, and I hope that it helps you in some way. And I just want you to have a very Merry Christmas. And just remember, God showed us the greatest love, so he should be our first love. With that being said, I want you to know that you are special, you are wonderful, you are worthy, you are loved, you are